I called the Occupy Bay Street, Occupy Calgary, Occupy Vancouver protesters Lugans, because that's a word I learned from Jackie Delaney. Jackie, tell our viewers who didn't hear you the first time, what is a Lugan?
You take a loser and a hooligan, sorry, Brian, you put them together, and you get Lugan. Part loser, part hooligan, Lugan.
Is that a Labrador phrase? Is that a Newfoundland or Labrador phrase? Because you taught me a lot of phraseology.
I know. I'd like to take credit for that as a newfie, but actually it's a radio term. I first heard it in radio. So.
Now, why is this an important story? Why did these Lugans get under your skin? I mean, I got my reasons, but you tell, what bugged you about them?
Oh, where do I start? Well, it's the whole thing about the sense of entitlement that they carry with them, and somehow I and all of us here on the panel owe them something. The fact that they say they represent the 99%, they certainly do not represent me. The fact that they don't even know what they stand for. We're protesting, and you always say to them, okay, so you're going to stay in the park until what happens? Because usually when you protest and you say you're going to do something, it means you're doing it until... And they have no idea. There is no until. There is no goal. And even now, they get an eviction notice in Toronto in November. And the whole notion of we're going to evict them, but it's like, but they don't own where they're living. It's not like you're evicting them from an apartment or kicking. It's just like it went on far too long. There was this whole sense of entitlement from all of the various movements, and even when there were court injunctions, they didn't adhere to them. They should have just packed up their bags when those court injunctions were issued and left. And then finally, what really ticked me off with it was that it took so long for the police to act. Even, first of all, they had the bylaws on their side, then they had the court injunctions on their side. They should have gone in immediately. London, Ontario did it right when they did it, and they just swooped in and kicked them all out in the middle of the night. And that was it. Hands washed.
Now, Brian, you went down to Occupy Ottawa, and you heard some things. It wasn't just about bylaw infractions or having a tent.
Sexual assaults, physical assaults. And even that couldn't generate an awful lot of headlines outside of our organization. You know, one guy shows up at a Tea Party rally in the United States, in a state where it's legal to carry the gun he was carrying out in public. And that was an international story that every news organization carried. Rapes and sexual assaults around North America at different places, in New York, in Ottawa, in Portland. Quiet.
Even a death in Vancouver. There's a drug overdose death in Vancouver. But 110 sexual assaults or other assaults, 2,600 arrests nationwide. I mean, this is a crime wave, but the CBC treats it like the second coming of Woodstock.
I'll tell you what. Jackie said they don't know what their goals are. Their goals are socialism. The movement's not going away, and they still have politicians on their side who want to move forward. Their goal was always socialism.
Michael, what do you think?
Do you remember the washroom, public washroom signs? When it was free, it would say vacant, and you pulled the lock across, it said occupied.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? I mean, this is crap. This is absolute crap.
Well, they actually do poo in the park, which is a health issue in itself.
It makes me very angry, though, Ezra, because unlike you guys, I mean, I really have a social conscience. And, you know, there are major issues, such as people being persecuted for their faith in the Islamic world, Christians, the mentally ill in this country who can't find a psychiatrist or a bed, the homeless. There is starvation. There are things we have to address. These idiots, what they've done, it's not just they've been annoying, they've digressed. It's like a big conspiracy. They've digressed from the real issues. We're paying them attention rather than paying attention to the people who really deserve it.
And can I just say, who thinks we're going to have just a baby boom next summer at about, ooh, I don't know, June?
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's a little iffy. Hey, what am I holding here? You do not want to go away, because we're going to close out this year with some champagne at the end of our year review in 2011 and look ahead, Canada in 2012. That's next. I'm going to get cracking on this. Come right back.
Did you miss a Straight Talk highlight? Go to sunnewsnetwork.ca. It'll be there. We guarantee it. Tons of video with